Guys, I got two questions for you, and I need you to answer both in the comments. Number one, is South Korea winning the Asian Cup that kicks off next month? And number two, could they win it without Son Heung-min? Because according to the tweet that is officially made Twitter Takes Episode 3, the answer is yes to both. And the answer isn't just yes, it's yes, comma, comfortably. We'll see about that. Before I read the tweet to you guys, I have a couple favors to ask. Number one, could you leave a like on the video if you enjoy this series? It is slowly becoming one of my favorites on the channel. And number two, if you could hit subscribe, not just because you want to see Twitter Takes Episode 4, which will be dropping soon, but if you want to see extensive coverage and analysis of the 2023 Asian Cup. By the time you guys are watching this video, our official Asian Cup predictions should be out on the channel. And we have a couple more pieces that I don't want to say too much leading up to the tournament. So I'm just going to say it's going to be a great time. Hit subscribe. So this legendary tweet from AZY Visionary is this: South Korea can win the Asian Cup without Son comfortably. Tottenham can't play the football they've been playing without Son and Romero. Hate to say it, but Sony should consider staying in this time of emergency. I'm going to start with the positives here. I do agree with him when he says that Tottenham cannot play how we've been playing, Tottenham are my favorite team, without Son Heung-min and Cuti Romero, who are also my two favorite players. That is a true statement. So if I'm treating this like an exam, there's 3 sentences here. One of them is correct. I will give you a 33%, sir. You still failed, though. The main meat of this video is going to be about this first take right here. South Korea can win the Asian Cup without Son comfortably. I am going to come back at the end of this video to talk more about the Sonny should stay, or these players shouldn't go to AFCON, or they shouldn't go to the Asian Cup, because that's also ridiculous, but I got to focus on this first thing. Even with Son Heung-min, at best, Korea are the second favorites for the Asian Cup. And there are so many reasons why that is the case. Honestly, if you watched any of the Asian teams that made it to the World Cup, and I don't know if you did, how could you have any other takeaway other than Japan are the clear favorites? You guys know that I really back Australia. I think they're a good team as a unit, not so much individually, but as a team, very difficult to beat. And so if I were to ask what are the top 3 favorites for the Asian Cup, and somebody had Japan 1, Australia 2, and South Korea 3, I think that's very valid. In fact, I kind of agree with that ranking. I've said it before that South Korea are individually better than Australia. They have individuals who are better than any current Japanese player. But this is a team sport, and Korea, especially in the defense and the goalkeeping position, and honestly the depth at the midfield, it's not like it's bad by any means, but it's not elite. Certainly not what the Japanese are dealing with. And so for this fine gentleman to say that South Korea could comfortably win the Asian Cup without Son Heung-min, who's also the captain, by the way, it's like saying that Morocco could comfortably win AFCON without Hakimi. You know what? It actually might be worse than that, because Son is not only currently the best Asian player, he's the best Asian player of all time, and Hakimi, fantastic player, definitely makes an AFCON best 11, but he's also a defender, so his impact on the game is not quite what Son can do for Korea. I just see tweets like this, and I'm like, bro, if you don't watch Asian football, if you've never seen the qualifiers, if you've never seen past Asian Cups, you don't need to come out with an asinine statement like this. Honestly, what you should have done is you should have just made a tweet that said, I hate international football. I think it's trash. I don't agree with players prioritizing their country over their club. Son should stay. You could have just said that, and I still would have thought that the tweet was moronic, but at least it wasn't objectively false. You know what I think is going on here? Conspiracy time. I think my man only watches the Premier League. And I think he's seen the goal scoring list and said, okay, there's 2 Koreans on there, both of them in the top 8, I want to say. South Korea doesn't need both of them. They can get by with Hwang Hee-chan. And apparently my man thinks an informed Hwang Hee-chan is enough to like backhand Iran, throw Saudi Arabia in the trash, absolutely dust Australia, and then edge past Japan in the final. Make no mistake, South Korea winning the Asian Cup would be a massive deal. Not just because they haven't won since 1960, the second ever edition of the Asian Cup, back when it was round robin for God's sake, but because Japan are that good. I'm going to say it right now, there is not a national team in the world going into their respective continental tournaments that is a bigger favorite to win than Japan. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Even with Africa, you have Morocco, which I think a lot of people, I'm real, they're simping for a little too hard based on the World Cup, but even Morocco have Senegal to contend with. And then, of course, the deluded Nigerian fan base who think that they're going to do something. In CONMEBOL, you have Argentina, but you also always have Brazil. You have Uruguay coming in, guns blazing under Marcelo Bielsa. You have Colombia, who look like they've been rejuvenated. There are several top contenders. And I'm not saying that South Korea, Australia, maybe even in Iran are not contenders for the Asian Cup, but there is a gulf, no pun intended, between Japan and the rest of these teams. And then this last part right here just boils my blood. Hate to say it, but Sony should consider staying in this time of emergency. Like, bro, you're idiotic. Son Heung-min is 31 years old. He's going to be 35 at the next Asian Cup, and this is his best opportunity to win this tournament. A tournament that means a ton to not just the Korean players, but the Korean people. Just because you try to wipe your ass with international football doesn't mean the rest of us do. Winning the Asian Cup is a bigger honor than winning the Premier League. Winning the Asian Cup would make Son Heung-min a national hero, not that he isn't already, but it would forever cement him, I think, as the greatest Asian player. Because then he will finally have something that Park Ji-sung doesn't have, which is an Asian Cup. So don't try to diminish, don't try to belittle this because you think Spurs, again, my favorite team, might, launch a late title challenge? Like, brother, what are you even saying? Why would you deprive Son of this opportunity to win an iconic piece of silverware for him and his country because it'll result in us having a higher chance of finishing in the top 3? Like, the payout isn't even good here. I'm not even ethnically Korean, and I don't even think this is a debate. Like, go win that trophy, bro. It is a astonishing lack of respect and astonishing lack of awareness. Like, read the room, bro. This stuff is a big deal to people. Again, just because you ride Tottenham and nothing else doesn't mean the rest of us do. So you're just wrong in suggesting that a player should skip an international tournament just to keep on playing for a Premier League club, and you are dead wrong. I mean, like, something more than dead, bro. Like, you died, got brought back, and then we shot you again because you're suggesting that South Korea could comfortably win this tournament without their best player. I guess Twitter really is the thing that keeps on giving. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Hit subscribe so you don't miss Twitter Takes episode 4 and all the Asian Cup stuff coming out. Social media links in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.